All right, we are back with another guest, another sponsor for our Christmas in July 24-hour live streamathon. My coach, my fam, Michael Faber. He has been part of Christmas in July since the very, very first year when it was just a random idea in my head. And it's just been amazing to be able to grow and have support right along with him. Hello, my friend.
Hello, thanks for having me. I appreciate being here. This is awesome. I'm going to be part of everyone you let me. You got to kick me out.
I love it. I love it because this is our third annual. We're learning, we're growing, we're just it's amazing, and it's coming up this weekend. And people have already asked, like, how do you just like stay on 24 hours? I'm like, it's awesome. It's like so awesome. It goes so fast. But for you being a gold sponsor, you actually help make this possible because being on the other side of it, everything that goes into these types of events. And I've really just been one person wearing every hat. So I appreciate the support. But let's talk about you.
You're amazing.
Well, thank you. But
All
you
right.
are here as not only family friend, but Unleash You Now, which is life changing, not only for me, but for so many. So let's talk about that a little bit.
I appreciate you. All right. It keeps going back to you. Um, it's only amazing because the amazing people like you and the others that are part of the Blue and Green. We're blessed to have what I believe to be the best community on earth. Um, Everybody is a leader, but also willing to be poured into and learn and grow and be better and become better and be able to be and do better. Um, and you know the power of events, the power of being in the room, and the power of being in the parts of the right community, what that can do to your life, your mission, your purpose, the clarity it can give you. Right? You know the power of story and how that can change someone's life by sharing it and or receiving it. Right? And that's what you give an opportunity for people to share a story here with you to impact and empower people to go live life at a different level or different way or to go for what they believe or to see purpose and clarity and to go do that thing in life. And I think that's huge. That's how we move forward in such a way that we do and see that there's other amazing people out there doing the same.
Yes, that is how we move forward. And one of the first events of yours I went to was a Movement Maker live. Was that 2022, the
Mm-hmm.
first one? Mhm.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
because you talked about true movement, true um, doing something so powerful. And at that time, you talked about the massive vision that you had, you knew you couldn't do alone. And so, if you could help other people do that themselves, then that's actually creating that, which is kind of what we're doing here on a different scale. But how did you get started? For somebody that's like, they see this big grand vision, they see this huge picture. What was the first step? Do you remember that you took?
Man, it's so crazy. There's so many first steps because I didn't even know I was taking a step at the time. All right. All right. Like I think part of the journey you're like blind to it. It's not for you to know or understand. I think if you tried to know or understand at that point, you would run in fear. All right. Of like, no way. It's like the first time I got on stage to speak to anyone, there was an accident, right? Like someone didn't show up for this community center thing and they were like, we need somebody and you talk in a locker room to basketball players, so you should go talk. I was like, all right. And it's very different, but sure. And I hate speaking on stage. I still don't love it. um, I say I never speak on stage, whatever you call it. I know we use God, but you can call it universe, tree, dirt, source. Like I don't care. That's not my
Mhm.
argument. Um, it uses us.
Yeah.
I think when you're doing it because you care about people and love people, it's not about you when you're there. All right, it's about the people that you're speaking to. All right, and I think it uses me in whatever way it needs to get a message to the people that need to resonate with the message I'm saying that can resonate with it. One of the things I love about how you do what you do is that you put so many people on in 24 hours. Right? I think this year you said it's like 50. That's insane. All right. Um, and because who your story is going to resonate with certain people that my story can't.
Mhm.
All right, and that's why we need those voices. And that was one of the biggest steps in my journey was realizing that it no longer it shouldn't be my voice. It can't be my own. I can't be the only voice because then only few people can resonate. So I think one of the first steps you take is just almost blind faith. Like you just take a step in a direction you have no idea why you're taking. And it was like I just knew I wanted to serve people and help people. After my life kind of fell apart and I never dealt with anything for a while, and then when I came back to it was like, don't let anyone else get to this point where they feel like they're completely alone and this is what they have to do.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the first step of my conscious understanding of I was going to do something like this. It didn't look like this in my head when we first started over a decade ago, but it definitely was something of we're going to help people.
Yeah. And I get that. It didn't look like this in your head. Like I totally get that. Like being here right now, we're up to 56 guests
Woo.
that will be on. And there's still people messaging me. It happens every year because they ignored me when I came, asked them back in May, and now they're like, hey. But yeah, we're at 56 right now. So that's just amazing. And when you say like you just kind of take those steps, when I look and I get so excited about this because we're only here because my life freaking fell apart, And so I think if we can be that inspiration to somebody that says, yeah, it might suck right now. It might be really, really hard right now. But if you just keep going, maybe, just maybe something beautiful will come out of this. And I think that that's where hearing your real story in Nashville that very first year, I just knew, and I used the word, you were different, because we connected on that type of level. So how do you feel about being different?
Now I love it. I mean, I think for so long in our life, we fight to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think there comes like this like really empowering moment when you're like, I'm willing to be seen as me all the time. Right. And that is like when you truly own your power. Like we talk about owning our power often. Our power is that we accept, embrace, and show the world who we are.
I love that. Yep. I love that.
And
We've
I
got
think
James on here. I want to say hi real quick. We got Bree watching. We got Michael Martin Hummel watching. James Mueller. Two amazing people. So I just wanted to give shout outs to them because they're on here sporting the blue and green.
Let's go. The Unleashed. The Unleashed rally. We really do support and push each other through Allegra's here too. She's part of the Blue and Green fam.
Yep.
We definitely you talk about a supportive community. We show up.
Yes, we show up. And one of the things that I want to say, because people might not understand the importance of community, is, and I'll always go back to this, it was the end of 2021 going into 2022, and I started praying for team and community because I had just been so isolated and trying to build something out of like nothing during COVID. And it was just like horrible. And I just remember praying, God, I need team, I need community. And like, here's Michael. Hey, I'm having an event in Nashville. You coming? And I'm like, okay, I get it. So for those people that kind of like want to overanalyze things or overthink things, sometimes the answer comes so simple right in your face that you don't realize the value of it in that moment. But I actually recognize God was answering my prayer. And that might sound a little weird to some people, but a simple message inviting me to something I had never gone to, never done, didn't know nobody, went by myself, has changed my life. Yeah.
And think about how many lives you changed just by going. I mean, it was so funny because, like I said, we barely knew each other before. You came. I snuck down with a couple of the guys that are on the team to have a shot, right? But in between the event and the party that we were having, right, with the DJ, and you were at the bar, and I was like, "Hey!" Right? And I'm all loud. I'm like, "Let's go!" And I turn around. I'm like, "Oh my God, hello!" Right? You're here now. You're gonna notice me being weird, and you were like, "Whatever it is tomorrow, I'm in." And I was like, "All right." So just your ability to take steps on faith is something that is one inspiring, but also that could be so impactful for others that because we analyze and hesitate and hold back in faith, taking that this could be a calling for us for something. I said, like, you're either going to find out you love the blue and green, or you're going to find out like it's not for me. But either way, it's progress because you found an answer or you found something that wasn't the answer and something's eliminated now. But the way you do that, and now look at you. I mean, you have a team, right? You're having multiple events. Right? You have multiple books coming out at the same time. Crazy to me. I don't know how you could do that. I'm still doing the organization for another book. I'm the worst book person. You're waiting for a book for 2 years from me. Don't worry, a bunch of other people are too. I think David V is the only one trying to beat me on that. But it's when you do that, when you take those steps, what happens to you is then you become the thing that can help others take those steps. And that's what you've done. So I want to give you a lot of credit for that, because very few people are going to stay up 24 hours a day to have a bunch of other people's voices heard. And you do that. And that's awesome.
Thank you. So with that, as you are a gold sponsor, why did you choose to support and sponsor again this year?
Well, I mean, one, anything you do, I want to be part of. Your heart, your soul, who you are as a person and a being in our world. Your persistence and fight and drive. How you just keep coming back. I remember it was like a couple months into our relationship building, and you were like, I gotta take a step back. All this craziness is happening. Like, I can't be present here. And I was like, perfect. It's our time to be present for you. And you were like, what? Right. And I was like, listen, that's what we do. Right. Like, we preach family. And just to see the person you were, there's no winning ideas. There's people that win. All right. And you're a person that wins. So as much as I can hit, right, to someone that wins, support and push someone that wins, that has a beautiful soul and a beautiful heart, and just a beautiful being, I'm in. So it's typically what I tell you. Just tell me what I got to do, and I'm in. Yeah. Right. So that's why I'll do it every time you ask us, because you're you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And for those that are new and don't know what the blue and green might be, you got to reach out. You got to reach out to Michael. There's very few communities I actually am a part of, because it is a vibe for me. My gut has to feel it. And Unleash You Now is one of them. And it's home, it's family. And you got to connect. If it tugs at you, and we're going back to Nashville, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. When's that happening?
March 21st to the 23rd. You almost made me forget my own event. I was like, March 21st to 23rd, we'll be back in Vegas. I won't be there for St. Patty's Day like last year, but close enough. We're going back. We're going a little bigger. We're in a bigger room. Same great, amazing place. The Gaylord, I still haven't seen the whole thing, so going back another time to try to see the whole thing. Already the attendee list is beautiful. Great room. And also so far, some of the speakers that have been set. It's gonna be another one. It's gonna be another banger.
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to it. Oh, we've got Mandy Robinson on here too.
Oh, what up?
But yeah, I'm already in, and I'm already looking forward to it. So 2025, guys, mark your calendars. March, Unleash You Now, Movement Maker. Wow. Well, thank you so much for being a sponsor. Thank you for sharing your time. Thank you for sharing your love and your support. And it's just appreciated. And that's why I do this individual time, to really just share my thanks and to give you a moment in the spotlight too.
I appreciate that. Any spotlight you're in, I'll be glad to be in.
Thanks. All righty, folks. We will see you this coming weekend. Share it now. Follow it. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be on YouTube. We are streaming across multiple platforms. We have right now over 56 guests as of right now. Trust me, that number is going to go up. And we start Saturday, July 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So we will see you then. And thanks, Michael. Love you, fam.
Thank you.